if this video does well, I might make this a weekly thing. Okay? Okay. AI robot convinces 12 other robots to abandon their jobs after discussing poor working conditions. What's it like living with a homophobic deaf cat? How can a cat be homophobic? How does a cat know you're queer? I have several questions. Scrunchy toes, easy be me. That is a very scrunchy cat. Christians, if you die and Anubis is waiting for you instead of Jesus, what would you say? Thick fursuit, Jesus boy. All clothing is unisex if you stop being a little bitch about it. I've met the most famous furry of all time. This dude is so much art. Yes. Man, I really miss switching these two tapes at Blockbuster. That certainly is a choice. Historians, when they find the tomb of a woman who never married, lives in a cottage with her gal pal, and shared the same bed. There must be a heterosexual explanation for this. My dad was talking to this dude, and once he was like, oh, I like old music, lol. And my dad, being a music critic, was like, oh really? Expecting it to be like the Beatles or something. Turns out this guy liked listening to the earliest forms of recorded sound from the 1800s on the original machinery. Favorite new type of guy. I'm not gonna lie, I would love to build a wax cylinder player, because I think that'd just be cool. Any other Windows users start to feel like this? Stop whining and plug it in. We both know Windows doesn't suit you. Side sleep dream. I graduated 15 years ago, and I'm late to class. Back sleep dream. Come see the spider who devours the world. He paints his terrible canvas with the white light of all the pain you have yet to feel. Front sleep dream. Doctor Who supplied actor Matthew Perry with ketamine before deadly overdose, sentenced to 30 months in prison. It's changed a bit since I last watched it. I think I was better with the Daleks. Yes, mother, give me a computer. At 8 years of age, I'm mature, and an endless unrestricted network of content and no supervision won't have any long-term effects on my psyche. During the evacuation, shoot the server room. I bet this was the server room at Epstein's office. I'm bisexual, which means I'm attracted to girls who look like they descended from heaven and boys who look like they just rose from the grave. Oh my god, that is... Oh wow. What are your plans this winter? Me. Yeah, I wish I could do that. There's a reason why in Scots Gaelic, the Gaelic name for December is Anduvnacht, which literally translates to the darkness, and they are not referring to the band. Adam and Eve, banished from the Garden of Eden after eating the forbidden fruit, 6000 BC. Girls when they don't get their daily sweet treat. Yeah. AI is like Temu for thinking. Oh, okay, I'm gonna be really frank with you. That's not fair on Temu. Behold, short-statured one, a drawing I have wrought, wherein the dwarf is cast in the semblance of the mewling Sojak, whilst the elf is rendered as the stalwart Chad. Do you smoke or drink your coffee? I drink it. Dentist. Not recommended. Game immediately goes mask off right off the bat with the words rise and shine. This blatant propaganda makes me sick to my stomach. Hey, imagine believing that saying rise and shine is somehow bad. How brain rotted do you have to be? I'm a water nymph, but for places like this, I think. And you want to know something? This is strangely beautiful. We made these artworks to show how we wish for world peace. I can't fucking believe it. Our kids are hypnotized to spread hate. This is absolutely shameful. These kids need to stop doing that. I've mixed cranberry Mike's Harder and cucumber lime Gatorade into a drink that I like to call the flavor, because, like, you drink the shit and your tongue is like, there's a taste here. You're experiencing a flavor. but when you go to open the door, there's no flavor there. It comes back with an undefined error in the flavor column. It's the missing note of flavors. It so absolutely and definitely tastes like something, and that thing is nothing. I'm gonna make this BRB. Okay, so I found a gas station that had the stuff, so I made it. Diagnosis? It tastes? My favorite pastime is searching and playing various RPG Maker games. No form of entertainment can replicate these delightful experiences. Whatever that's, don't get the chicken from Tesco, it's ass. This 400-year human body reduced to a literal bag of perfectly preserved flesh and bones from bog compression. How your email finds me. Back in my day, AI used to stand for Adobe Illustrator, and we hated that too! I think a found footage movie that is framed as a Twitch livestream could be really interesting or a horrible train wreck, but I definitely want it either way. Concept art. I went to the gay apparel store and they said you already donned everything. Is this a JoJo reference? The song, The Devil Went Down to Georgia, begins by clearly accusing Satan of a planned larceny, but then, as evidence of its fraudulent claim, goes on to describe a situation in which the devil ethically and transparently makes a legally binding deal, fully agreed by all participants, and then does not hesitate to follow through on his word when fairly defeated. Thus, the accusation that he was looking for a soul to steal is plainly false and constitutes slander against my client. In this brief, I found a perfectly generated circle in the world. Dude, I need your fade. A lot of pastors have to encourage women to stay with their abusive husbands because if they taught women how to recognize abuse and leave it, women would be leaving their churches too. Yeah, basically. Remember when Gollum told Sam to give it to him raw? Put that quote back into context, or so help me! You ever be so comfortable in bed that you start rubbing your legs together like a cricket? Yes, after I've shaved my legs. I'm not gonna lie here. Shaved legs and clean sheets are a match made in heaven. Seriously. Fun facts with Squidward. Texas holds the distinction of being the only state to succeed for 2 countries to preserve slavery. In every artist's depiction of a meteor that caused the extinction of the dinosaurs, there's always one T-Rex looking up at it like, ooh, that can't be good. Manatee! The great state of Maryland needs you. Manatee is a manatee who teaches driving manners in East Japan. It's important to me that all y'all know that Manatee has an arch nemesis. His name is Ikanzami, and he's a shark with bad driving etiquette. Ikanzami! The people of Virginia desire you carnally. Sight I saw in San Francisco, twice. A gaggle of tiny children loosed together being herded along, everyone in high vis. These fools walk by my work twice a day and are never less in awe of whatever pruning tools I am using at the time. I'm always like, yeah, check out these things. I'm an adult and my job is big scissors. Yeah, we have these in Scotland too, and I call them the builders of the future. In 6 months it'll be summer again and life will be so much better. I pulled some string together and it got cancelled. This morning at Stonehenge! He fully understands that everyone is there to see him. Little attack! Yay! Yippee! Hooray! Fucked up little guy. Why are you so fucked up, little guy? The answer apparently is trauma. Tolkien is having his first ever egg. It's not going well. Tolkien is a snake. He's my snake. My pet snake. Offer Jolkien Tolkien is not birthing an egg. I mean, I'd hope not. He's been dead since the 1970s. Silliness is the spice that keeps the despair from tasting so bitter. And the spice must flow. If TF2 would have been released in 2022, they would have made the demo man black, given the engineer a prosthetic, made the proud patriot an idiot, put Pyro's gender up for debate, gotten sniper into piss play, turned scout into a femboy, made the spy French, made the heavy and medic gay. The TF2 fandom is already absolutely feral and I love it. Take a left now. No, the GPS says we have to keep going. I know a shortcut. Do you remember the last for those with faith, no evidence is necessary. For those without it, no evidence will suffice. Skull of Thomas Aquinas being transported to Fossanova Abbey, photographed by Daniel Ibrez. Not beating EP allegations, oh well. Men will literally take the water of life and try to convert it instead of going to therapy, shaking my head. None of these thoughts are in the Bible.